Today I'm here at Queen's University with Dr. John Barry, the leader of the Green Party in Northern Ireland. John, thank you for your time today.
My pleasure.
Just have a few questions for you. Internationally, the Green Party is quite a large and well-respected, well-known party. That doesn't really seem to be the case in Northern Ireland. For those of us who may not have heard of the Green Party, could you maybe give us a few examples of your principles and thoughts?
Well, we see ourselves as the local branch of this international green movement. I mean, we're the fastest growing politics globally. And we had an electoral breakthrough last local elections where we had 3 councillors elected. And our party is based upon the principles of internationalism, solidarity, social justice and non-violence, as well as the issues of sustainability and how to live in harmony with people and place.
That's great. In Northern Ireland, what role would you see the Green Party as having, considering our traditional ways of voting down the other green and orange lines?
Well, we would see ourselves as the opposite of that old myth about the canary in the cage or the cave. The more parties such as ourselves develop and grow, I think the better for the health of Northern Irish society. Is that we have so many issues to work upon here beyond our felt national identities as British or Irish. This is not to deny people that maybe want the United Ireland or to stay part of the Union, but we have identities and issues of ourselves as parents, as consumers, as workers, as well as looming global problems such as climate change. We're going to have a massive impact. I mean, the question I think which really encapsulates this is the one that was put to Jerry Kelly after the breakthrough of the Greens at the local elections. He was asked, which is more important, Mr. Kelly, a United Ireland or saving the planet? And I think that really puts it in perspective that there are issues which are much bigger than these national identity questions.
Obviously, environmental matters are of key concern, particularly for the Green Party. What would you say to those who would say issues such as unemployment, housing, poverty should always be at the forefront and that environmental matters should be kept at the back?
Well, the real issue is to recast that. It's not the environment, it's sustainable development, which of course has social, environmental and economic dimensions to it. There's very little point in developing an economy and investment and jobs based upon fossil fuels, for example, because they're going to run out. Protecting the environment, using our resources wisely, engaging in innovation and technology development and so forth. This is the way to secure our future. There's no point in us developing an economy based upon unsustainable methods of production and consumption. We're not going to have a quality of life or indeed an environment in which to live in.
Now, talking of the future, what is your opinion on young people in politics? Do you think that young people should be given more of a voice in the decisions that are made that are directly affecting them?
Well, given the Green Party's interest in future generations and the issues that are of concern to us, fair trade, globalisation, these are the issues which affect young people. And certainly we would be in favour, and I think we're one of the only parties in favour of lowering the age of voting to 16, and we'd certainly support that initiative, this coalition across the UK, for example, to lower the age of voting. Not least because the tendency is for younger people to vote Green. That's not the only reason why I'm recommending it. It's that as a matter of fact, young people do deserve to have a voice and input in the political process, which I don't think they do have at the moment, which is why a lot of them are getting turned off from politics. We need to start engaging with people rather than simply assuming that people are apathetic. Young people are not apathetic about politics, just that we as politicians are failing in our duty to engage them in a way which affects their everyday life.
If you could pick just one issue that is of most importance to you, what would that be?
Well, it'd be the issue of connecting the Sustainable Development Agenda to the peace-building process here in Northern Ireland. I mean, building peace between ourselves and indeed harmony with the place we live in, the environment, built and rural, is of central importance to me. That the Sustainable Development Agenda has everything this society needs in terms of human rights, good governance, democracy, engaging people, social justice, and also about linking ourselves into a bigger picture, because there's a terrible parochialism in Northern Irish politics, and green politics is about bringing us to a global level to deal with local issues.
Who would be your 4 ideal dinner guests? You can pick anybody, dead or alive.
Ideal 4 dinner guests, the comedian activist Mark Thomas, third world academic activist Vandana Shiva, the now sadly dead founder of the Green Party in Germany, Petra Kelly, and perhaps for a bit of fun, Stephen Fry.
Sounds like a good mix. Can you do any impersonations of any fellow politicians or famous people?
I can. I do a very bad impersonation of Bertie Ahern and Ian Paisley. I think in the interests of perhaps the audience will be listening to this. I may try and attempt my Ian Paisley one.
Well, you can do both if you wish. But
Well, Bertie
go on
Ahern is as the Teflon Taoiseach, where nothing sticks. He's from Dublin, and he speaks in a very Dublin, even thicker Dublin accent than I do. And it'll probably go something like this. Well, you see, in Ireland, we were against the war, but because the Americans were coming into the Shannon airport, we were kind of for the war. So we were kind of for it and against it. That's kind of Bertie Ahern's take on not just speaking with forked tongue. And the other one, Ian Paisley. Ulster says no to small creatures. Although, as we found out today, in the context of St Andrews, Ulster says yes.
Very
but
good.
the man from Del Monte, he may say no. Who knows?
Very good, thank you. What is your favourite song, book, film and food?
Favourite song, A Beautiful Day by U2. Favourite film, The Breakfast Club, a rather Brat Pack movie from the 1980s, which always makes me laugh, and it's quite an interesting view of American society at the time. Favourite book would probably be Milan Kundera's The Unbearable Lightness of Being. I think a good example is Eastern European magical realism, or indeed Gabriel Garcia Marquez, 100 Days of Solitude. And the last one was food. Well, as a good vegetarian, of course, you must genuflect towards Italian cuisine. Anything Italian vegetarian will do me.
And finally, what would you like your epitaph to read?
My epitaph to read, I have a number. One would be, resistance is fertile, not futile. Don't let the bastards get you down. And educate, agitate, organise. Any of those would do.
Very good. John, thank you very much for your time. This is Gráinne Jones reporting for WIMPS from Queen's University with Dr. John Barry, leader of the Green Party.